Welcome to The Seasoned Entrepreneur, the podcast dedicated to helping entrepreneurs over 50 build and scale their businesses with confidence in today's digital world. I'm your host, Vanessa Collins, and if you're ready to turn your experience and passion into profit, you're in the right place. Each week, we'll dive into strategies, insights, and expert interviews focused on digital marketing, messaging, and automation. Because building a business over 50 isn't just about making money. It's about impact, legacy, and proving it's never too late to thrive. Let's get started. We are starting a 2-part series on how to build an engaged audience. Today, we will discuss finding and attracting your ideal audience. Next week, we'll explore keeping them engaged. Now notice, I didn't say getting followers or growing your list, because here's the thing. A large audience means nothing if they're not engaged. You don't need 100,000 followers to have a profitable business. You just need the right audience who actually connects with you and what you offer. So, if you're starting from scratch or struggling to grow your audience that actually interacts with your content, don't worry. You're in the right place. Grab your notebook because I'm about to share my best strategies to help you attract, engage, and build a loyal community of potential clients, customers, and superfans. But if you're not in a position to take notes, no worries. You'll find the show notes at theseasonedentrepreneur.com/5. And that's the number 5. Again, that is theseasonedentrepreneur.com/5. Now let's get one thing straight. Vanity metrics won't pay your bills. You don't need 1 million followers. You need an audience that's actually listening, interacting, and taking action on what you share. Now think about it. Would you rather have 1,000 followers where only 10 engage with your content, or 500 highly engaged followers who comment, share, and buy from you? That's the power of engagement. Now, if you've ever felt like you're talking to the wrong crowd, struggling to get engagement, or wondering where your audience even is, you're not alone. So we're breaking this down into 4 actionable steps so you can stop spinning your wheels and start connecting with the people who actually need what you offer. So your first step is to clarify your message. Before you can find your audience, you need to get crystal clear on who you serve, what problem you solve, and what transformation you provide. If your messaging is too vague or broad, people won't know if you're the right fit for them. So let's fix it. Define your core message. Before you try to attract an audience, you need to be crystal clear on what you stand for. Your message should answer 3 key questions. Who do you help? Be specific. What's their age, profession, mindset, or struggles? So instead of saying, I help entrepreneurs, I would say, I help entrepreneurs over 50 use digital marketing to grow their business without tech overwhelm. The second question, what problem do you solve? What are their biggest challenges and frustrations? Now, for me, the example would be that many entrepreneurs over 50 struggle to create consistent content because they feel overwhelmed by technology. And then finally, What transformation do you provide? How will their life or their business improve after working with you? For me, that would be I help them build a simple, repeatable content strategy so they can attract their ideal clients and grow their business. Now, I want you to pause for a moment and think about these 3 questions. Write down your answers in 1 or 2 sentences. If you can't explain who you help and what you do in a clear, simple way, it's time to refine your message. Now that you know who you help, what problem you solve, and what transformation you provide, let's craft a simple, compelling message that attracts your audience. So here's the formula we're going to use. I help, and then you plug in who it is you help. Achieve, and then you plug in the results you help them achieve. Without, and then you plug in the common obstacle that they are running into. So for me, an example would be, I help authors turn their books into profitable businesses without feeling overwhelmed by marketing. Or I help entrepreneurs over 50 use AI and automation to grow their business without spending hours on social media. Now, here's an audience building exercise for you. Now, we're going to call this the who, what, how clarity test. Try writing your own audience connection statement using this formula. Keep it short and to the point. If people immediately say, that sounds like me, you know you've nailed it. Next, let's look at how to make your message stick. And we're going to make it stick with the 3 C's. Your message should be clear, so no industry jargon. Use simple, direct language. It should be concise. Can you explain it in 1 or 2 sentences? If it takes 5 minutes, it is too complicated. Compelling. Why should people care? What makes your message stand out? Basically, why should they spend money with you with this message? So here's an example of a weak message. I help people with social media and content marketing. Now, here is how we can make that message a little stronger. I help entrepreneurs over 50 create consistent content and grow their audience without feeling overwhelmed by tech. Look at your messaging. Is it clear, concise, and compelling? If not, tweak it today. Once you've clarified your message, every piece of content you create should reinforce it. So here's how. Social media posts. Share tips, stories, and case studies that reflect your core message. In your email marketing, you can provide insights and solutions tied to your message. In your videos and podcasts, speak directly to your audience's struggle and offer actionable steps. If your message is clear and consistent, the right people will start to notice, engage, and follow you. Now let's look at step 2, finding out where your audience hangs out. Now that you have clarity on your message, the next question is, where do you find your ideal audience? Well, one place you can look, of course, is social media. Now, Facebook is great for community building. There are Facebook groups with a ton of engagement. So you can find some really good engagement on Facebook if you are in the right places. Instagram is perfect for personal branding, visuals, and short-form content. LinkedIn is ideal for professionals, B2B entrepreneurs, and high-value networking. YouTube is best for tutorials, long-form educational content, and brand authority. TikTok is great for quick, engaging, and entertaining content. Pinterest, and a lot of people sleep on Pinterest, is powerful for evergreen content like blog traffic and DIY inspiration. And then, of course, email marketing, the most important because you own your email list. Now, think about your business. Where do you believe your audience is spending the most time? Pick one platform to focus on and start engaging there. Spend 10 minutes today researching where your audience is already engaging and take notes on the most common questions they ask. Step number 3, use lead magnets to pull people in. Finding your audience is only the first step. You also need a way to capture their interest and bring them into your world. We have to get them on your list. And the best way to do that is a lead magnet. Now, what makes a good lead magnet? A lead magnet should solve a specific problem, be quick and easy to consume, lead naturally to your paid offers. So here's some examples of what could be high converting lead magnets. Checklists and cheat sheets. They're quick and actionable guides. So I could do one on a 10-step checklist for writing your first book. You could also create guides that are short and valuable resources. So the 7-day social media plan for coaches and authors. Mini video trainings. They're quick, 5 to 10 minute tutorials. So you could do something like how to grow your email list in 30 days. Quizzes and assessments. Now these could be super interactive and really engaging. What type of digital product should you create? That could be a really cute quiz. Now, if you don't have a lead magnet yet, brainstorm one today. What's a small, valuable resource you can offer? Step 4, using the power of storytelling. It has been said that people don't buy products. They buy stories, connection, and transformation. If you want to attract and engage your audience, you need to start using storytelling. So here are 3 types of stories that you can use in your content. First is your origin story. That's the why I do this story. So here's the format. I used to struggle with problem, but I discovered solution. Now I help audience achieve the result. So I could use something like, before I figured out digital marketing, I wasted hours creating content that no one saw. Now I teach entrepreneurs over 50 how to grow their audience without tech overwhelm. So I want you to write your origin story in 3 to 4 sentences and share it. You got to share it. The client success story. Here's another one you can use. Now here's the format for this one. I worked with client name who struggled with problem. After working together, they achieved transformation. And of course, these sentences are the beginning of the story that you can create. So for an example, I could say, I worked with Jacqueline, who struggled with writing her book. After working together, Jacqueline has not only written 7 books, she has also created online programs based on her books. Now, do you have a success story from a client or even yourself? Write it down and share it. Now, here's another one, the common mistake story. Here's the format. I used to think common mistake was the way to go, but then I realized insight that changed everything. So here's an example I could use. I used to think paying thousands of dollars every month for dozens of software platforms was the only way to have an online business that worked. But then I discovered Go High Level, and that changed everything. Now think about a mistake your audience is making right now and use it to tell a story. All right, so here's a quick recap. First, you're going to clarify your message. Who do you help? What problem do you solve? And what is the unique transformation that you bring? You're going to find your audience. Choose the right platform for engagement. Use lead magnets. Offer a valuable freebie to capture interest and to get them on your list. And then finally, tell stories. Connect, engage, and build trust through storytelling. Now, I want you to choose one of these 4 strategies and implement it this week. Now that you know how to attract an audience, how do you keep them engaged? That's what we're going to cover next episode. Wow, we covered a lot in today's episode, but if you missed something, you can check out the show notes at theseasonedentrepreneur.com/5, and that's the number 5. Again, theseasonedentrepreneur.com/5. That's it for today's episode of The Seasoned Entrepreneur. I hope you found value in our conversation and are feeling inspired to take action in your business journey. Remember, it's never too late to master digital marketing, refining your message, or implement automation that saves you time and boosts your bottom line. If you enjoyed today's episode, I would love for you to do a couple of things. First, subscribe to the podcast so you'll never miss an episode. And if you really found this helpful, please leave a review. Your feedback helps other entrepreneurs over 50 discover the show, and it means the world to me. Also, don't forget to share this episode with someone you know who's on their entrepreneurial journey. We're building a community of seasoned entrepreneurs, and together we're proving that age is just experience, and experience is powerful. For show notes and links mentioned in today's episode, head over to theseasonedentrepreneur.com. You can also connect with me on Instagram at VanCollins1. That's the number 1 to continue the conversation. Thanks again for tuning in. Keep pushing forward, keep building, and remember, your best season of entrepreneurship is just starting. I'll see you next time on The Seasoned Entrepreneur.